Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Guys, welcome to episode 194 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy on the other end.
And that fool blazer, Ramon.
Man, on the other end is Johnny Quinn. And we are
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Check it out. Check it out, homie. Check it out.
Man, this episode is brought to you by my sanity. It was almost lost. But you know what? We kicking it off, and we're bringing you the last episode of the year.
Ooh.
We always take that little break between Christmas and New Year off. Mm-hmm. And so this year won't be any different. Can't promise you that we're going to do a best of this year because, in all honesty, as much as I love producing content for you guys and getting you something to listen to every week, I really just don't want to think about the podcast much for that week.
That's a first. Yes. I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
No, yeah. And it's not the actual podcast. Love podcasting. It's all the little bullshit. So I may take that week just to kind of set things up around the studio and just like, I don't know, because some things need to be spruced up here. But anyway, what the fuck is up, guys? How y'all feeling? Johnny, I know you were on daddy duty right up into the moment. I know how that goes.
Yeah, I'm embracing it now. Like, it was stressing me a little bit last weeks or so, last couple of weeks. But at this point, I'm kind of just like, I was thinking about it earlier today. I think it was earlier today, maybe it was yesterday, where I'm just kind of like, I got another kid coming soon. And when that other kid comes, like, someone will have to watch this one too, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna get worse.
Like, it's
not
not
worse,
gonna be that handoff
mean.
thing like before. Well, I'm just saying, like, now with this one, it's like, I sometimes feel like, oh man, especially now, in this last, month of pregnancy, my wife is just barely can get anything done.
Yeah.
Credit to her that she gets anything done, honestly. And so, I'm helping out a lot as much as I can. Helping out seems kind of weird. Like, I'm doing more than what I normally do.
I'm throwing her a bone here and there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, doing what I can.
More than what I usually
mess.
did, and now I'm just like, well, that's just the new life, right? Because new baby's gonna come in. She's got to watch that. Like earlier today, she was, deadbeat tired, and she wants to, give the baby a bath, and I'm like, just go to bed. And she's like, oh, I don't want you to do too much. And I'm like, when the baby comes in a couple weeks, somebody's going to have to give this baby a bath while you're taking care of the other baby, or vice versa. I'll be taking care of that baby.
We're all going to be doing too much.
But we're both going to be doing too much all the time because, there's no one person sits on and has dinner while the other one takes care of the kid. Like, you have one kid, I have the other, and that's 24 hours a day.
All the time.
Oh.
So, yeah.
You know what's gonna be
Cheers
awesome?
to multi-kid life.
just to give you something to look forward to. It's gonna be awesome when you get that little peace and quiet, and then they're both talking and they're both fighting. And then the argument is just like, even though they both have the same exact thing, they want the other ones. And it's like, yo, you could do the same exact thing. Yeah, but I want that one.
Yeah.
And you're just losing your fucking mind because you're trying to talk logic into a child.
Exactly. Yeah. I get real fearful of that because I try to talk a lot of logic.
Yes.
We're all very logical.
Yeah.
So I could only imagine that it's not going to go well trying to.
I mean, I've
speak
already
logically.
not yelled, but I've already exclaimed. You know, I will say something to my daughter. I was like, "Why are you doing that?" And then I was like, "Why are you acting?" And then I immediately recognize, and then I just say, "Why are you acting like a baby? Like you're such a baby. You're such a. You have the mind of a child. Oh, yeah. What's going on?"
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today, just before I left here, I had to be the mediator of a conflict because Xander, my 7-year-old, was upset that my 3-year-old would not share her tablet to watch a show that Xander could absolutely access on his own tablet if he chose to, and he's upset that she won't share her tablet while his tablet is on right in front of him. Playing YouTube videos, but she's watching something on Netflix, and it's like this whole thing, and I'm like, yeah. Meanwhile, Cliff is just being awesome, laying there.
Yeah, no, he's been an angel, but that shit y'all are talking would set me the fuck off, bro. I have no patience for that shit, and that's why I'm sitting here childless, and I have no immediate plans to have any children at all. Because that just sounds like hell on earth. I want nothing to do with any of it. I bless you guys. You are doing an amazing job. You're hanging in there doing your dad thing. Props, respect. But that shit, nah. I'm straight.
No, yeah. No,
I feel you. Yeah,
I
thought
I'll
the
probably,
same thing at your age.
Yeah, and in time, it's cool. I could be an old dad like Johnny. One day.
Yeah.
I know that it's okay
today.
now.
Yeah.
No,
we already passed wax point.
Long ago. Long ago.
Oh man, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I just bypassed.
Bust a nut. That's what you're.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also,
Actually,
merch promo.
You're probably thinking the opposite. Hold it in. Don't bust. Don't bust.
Yeah. Nowadays, yeah.
No guy ever thought that.
Meanwhile, also, shout. I'm gonna promote the new merch, but yeah, for sure. What is it? The
cookies and cream pie.
Cookies and cream pie. Yeah. Fuck Netflix and chill. We cookies and cream pie, but that's what got me. That's what got me to where I am
1,
today.
2, 3.
Both y'all.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Miss me with that.
Oh man. Anyway, yeah, I just had to reflect a second, just dead air for a good second as I reflected on what I'm
life choices
going back home to. Let's see. No better choice, no better opportunity than to drop some.
Question. All right, we got 2 questions this week. First question.
Okay.
Would you guys rather shart once a month or piss your pants weekly? Both are random. You don't know when they're coming, when the shart's coming. And the shart, and I will preface this before you start hitting me with questions, it's going to require some cleanup, some maintenance. This isn't just I don't know what happened on there. You know damn well what happened.
I mean, all sharts requires some cleanup or maintenance.
But some are worse than others.
If you have like a little bit of a shart and you don't clean up.
Shart.
Yeah, where you suck it back in time and you're good. I mean, you still got to get to the bathroom relatively quickly.
Still got to wipe that ass.
Yeah, for sure. Might as well just go shit because you're going to be wiping.
Yeah. That's a good question.
How often are you pissing yourself?
Once a week.
Once a week. Yeah.
Once a month to once a week.
I figure
that's a good question.
I'll shart. Yeah.
I think I'll shart too.
I think I shart once a month now anyway.
I was gonna say I don't want to put your business out there like that, but I figured that was the case already, so it wouldn't be.
Yeah. Ever since I got rid of that gallbladder, There's
I
just
thought he was going to say,
sometimes-
ever since my first colonoscopy,
Can't stop shark.
Not yet. Not yet. I think that's, I don't know. Maybe
coming up
I
soon.
don't have a history of cancer in my family, so I think that's at 50. But anyways, no, ever since I got rid of the gallbladder, like you just can't trust what I eat. I can't trust what I eat.
I don't trust what you eat either.
Yeah. And oftentimes, and you know, they told me that I would get used to it, and I would say, yeah, I'm mostly used to it, but still, if I eat something that's a little extra greasy, which is, you know, the shit that I like to eat because grease is where the flavor's at. Yeah, I get the bubble guts a lot. And every now and then, you know, and that was, cause I fart a lot too, like just regularly. And we've had this conversation. There was one of the questions we had a couple weeks back ago was about, you know, farting, it was like silent
Johnny
farting or
Sharks.
something like that. And so I fart a lot, right? There was announcing your farts. And I was like, oh man, yeah, there'll be a lot of announcements. And so every now and then it's like, yeah, was that the right? Because you know, like sometimes it's the same feeling. It's the same feeling. Like, oh, I got a bubble gut. Yeah, that's a
Will
little
you
fart. I'm gonna
immediately
rip it
like
out.
sort of clinch and like head for the bathroom, or do you write it out for a
100%.
little bit?
No, write it out. Who could sit with wet shit in their drawers?
Maybe it's
No.
not that bad. Maybe maybe
That'd
it
be
wasn't like a
horrible.
fucking
No,
level
it's
10
bad.
emergency. It was like a 3 or a 4.
It's
You're
never
just like,
been a level 10. It's always a level 2 or a 1. Like it's just a tiny, you know, little.
but enough where
little spray
you
out
got to
there,
get
yeah.
the fuck up out of there.
Where it's just like,
not-
oh fuck, I wet my pants. I wet my drawers with poop.
so
I
that's
gotta
sharp.
run immediately. Shoot to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Wipe your
For sure.
ass.
Yep.
Rip off your drawers.
Yep.
Then make your way to the and gracefully. I work from home.
Luckily, what if
so,
you didn't?
yeah.
What if you didn't?
If I
work
didn't,
from
it
home?
would be a real problem, bro.
like if you
yeah,
had to
because
commute
I
to
work
the
at
city
an office,
from where
and that
you are,
would
Yeah, that would suck.
suck.
I would.
you would have to keep boxers.
No,
and
I
drawers
would
in the-
hold
hold on.
more
in the wet.
farts in. That's what
Hold
I would
on.
do. I will hold more farts in because right now I'm like letting loose all the time. I got nothing. I'm in the
Yeah,
office.
no,
This is
for
the
sure.
whole top floor.
I get it. Yeah, it's
nobody's
all
ever
you.
up here.
Just fucking rip that shit. But
I
at
rip
least be
shit all the
cautious
time.
with it, bro. The way you're
I
talking,
think I
you
need
just
to be a
gotta
little
be
bit
Nah.
more cautious.
on the DL.
What I would do, what I would end up doing is I would see if there's a pattern, right? Like at first few would I absolutely suck. But if I notice, like if it's like kind of like a woman's menstrual cycle
It's
where
random,
it's kind
dog.
of
You're not.
sure. Well, that's why I say it's like I'm gonna be checking to see if there's some sort of a pattern, you know. But until then, I'm just wearing Depends.
I was gonna say you're just gonna rock the
Yeah.
man boxer
I'm
liners.
I'm gonna have to. Who am I like? And then once it happens, it's like I'll switch to boxers for a little while, and then I'm going right back to it just in case, because like.
Yeah, once you get it out, right, then you're like, oof, I'm cleared for the next 28
And-
days.
And
What
I
if
have
it was
to
like
see-
on day 27 though, and then you do it again like day 2 of the next month? Like you never fucking know.
You never
never
know,
know.
but also I gotta see like how bad it is too. Like
not
if
great.
it's an absolutely like uncontrollable, like you just shit your fucking pants. Like it's not
That- yeah.
what Johnny just described. It is I don't know why I cannot hold my, like I don't know
I
why
mean,
I
at
can't
that point,
hold
that's
this
just
right
diarrhea.
now.
Like,
Yeah, no, you're not
yeah,
just
yeah.
straight diarrhea.
That's
your
not
whole
a shart.
shit.
Like a shart, you got to forcely push out, right?
It's like a
you're-
good 2
you're
seconds
pushing out
of
a
like
fart.
spray.
Okay,
That
all right.
just,
If you
yeah.
Well,
spray
still.
out like a water hose
Second
when
and
you
a
try to fart, yeah, there's other leakage issues you need to be concerned about.
Well, I'm just saying, like I have no idea. These are deals with the devil, so I'm assuming the
Oh,
worst.
100%.
You're fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the absolute worst. It didn't even feel like you had to shit in the slightest. And you
Yeah.
just squeezed out a regular fart and just let out all of the fucking shit in your fucking bowels.
Yeah, it's not the whole shit. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
but it's
just
enough where it's not a great situation. I can promise you that.
Yeah, it's a long walk to the bathroom if you're not. I mean, even if you're at home, I think it's a really long
It's
walk
a
to
shameful
the bathroom,
walk.
But
It's a shameful walk. And I don't care how many times it happens. It does not feel great.
Explaining that to Joyce, the poor woman, she's too nice for that.
You're going to have two kids. You're going to be waddling to the bathroom, holding one like, shit, how'd I get these boxers off?
Daddy, what's that on the floor? Why are you dropping chocolate ice cream everywhere?
Why are you walking like that? Is everything okay?
Chocolate ice cream everywhere. Jesus Christ. That would be so disgusting.
I feel like the shart you can at least hide. Like, I don't work from home, so like I go into an office and I can't just be randomly pissing my pants during the day, like during the week. Like, that's very visible. I like to wear khakis. It's not going to be hideable at all. But I mean, a shart, granted, you know, if you hang around long enough, you're going to smell it. But once you feel that shart, bro, you scoot ass out of there and you handle your business. I'd keep some spare clothes in the whip just in case. I mean, you're going to need them at some point. You just don't know when, and, you know, hope it's not. What if you were smashing? What if you were clapping cheeks and shart came out?
That's when it decided to. Yeah. I mean, Johnny's
like
married.
No,
like,
we can't pound tonight, babe. I got a shark due for the month.
Yeah, I don't think there's any covering that.
Hey, at some point though, once it happens that much, you might as well make some sort of money off of it and make some shart art or some shit.
Shart? It's just called shart.
Some shart art is just.
Oof.
It's like, why are all your paintings brown? Don't worry about that.
Picasso.
Shart art. I wonder what AI would come up with for shart art.
We'll find out. You doing shart too?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's the most hideable. I feel like you can conceal it. Easy to piss in your pants, so yeah. I'm gonna go.
Pissing in your pants is rough. Pissing in your pants is rough.
Once a week too. Like, Dave, you just pissed your pants on fucking Wednesday. Had to go home early. Now you got to go home. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, you absolutely are just wearing the pants for forever.
You have to, right? Like,
there's no other. Yeah.
Can't wear skinny jeans no more because you're going to see that big-ass diaper under it. You're like, oh, look at this motherfucker wearing a diaper and his skinny jeans.
I mean, I have a bulge anyway. It'd just be bigger.
Look at this.
On your ass? You got a bulge on your ass like fucking Ray Finkel? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man. No, that shit would just be so obvious. Just...
I have to go back to Jinko's so I could piss my pants.
Looking like a wrestling fucking action figure. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly. I'm picturing like a He-Man action figure. Like he looks like he's wearing a diaper.
Looking like a
sure.
He-Man action figure. Yeah, they all look like they're wearing some sort of fucking filled diaper.
All right. Last question. Like I said, there's only 2 this week. You have to get your hands on $100,000 in 30 days or else you'll be killed. And this has to be cash, like liquid money. You can't have assets. You got to get your hands on $100K cash within 30 days or you're murked. How do you go about pulling that cash?
100 cash or I'm dead?
Yep.
In 30 days.
Yep.
100K. I mean, I would probably do some savage shit like...
Oh, okay. Right to the savage. She's like, I'm going to sell all my shit. He's like, oh, I'm going to start robbing motherfuckers out here.
Nah, I would say more of like, maybe like a bank or some shit.
Oh, okay. Knocking off a bank. That was going to be like my last resort, knocking off a bank.
That is a last resort. That's a last resort because, I mean, you still run the risk of... still not having 100K that they hand over. You know what I mean?
You get caught, you're in jail.
Get caught. Yep. You run a lot of risk there. Robbing mom and pop stores, you run the risk of getting just popped.
Just popped. Yeah,
We've
yeah,
seen,
yeah. I mean,
I
who
don't want
knows
to
how
die
much
in
you're
a
pulling from
rotating door.
Oh, that video, son. Yo,
exactly.
I watch that like once a week, dog. That's fucking wild. My man stumbles in there. You're like, yo, he's losing it. He's losing it right there.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Wait,
That's
you
so wild.
watch that video once a week,
It
bro?
pops up into my feed. I follow all these weird X pages that are like crazy fights and crazy videos, and that shit always pops up. And it's so... The way that dude's neck is leaking, you don't see a lot of videos where someone's leaking that visibly like that from shoddy bank footage. Like, that's one of the most gruesome videos.
One of the most gruesome videos I've seen.
And to see that dude just like the life come from his body in that fucking rotating door, bro, it's, I don't know, it's something...
I absolutely had to stop watching.
Wild
and
about it.
You know I send stuff like that to you guys often, but
all the time. Yeah,
that one was just a little.
I'd rather you send me that honestly than fucking broken bones shit. Like,
I know you hate broken bones.
I can't stand. I can't do it. I can't watch it. And y'all love to do that shit live on the show.
I think I like it
Have
more
you
just because
seen
I know
this?
you can't watch it.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Yeah. When something's like dangling, when there's like a leg dangling the wrong way and shit, you hate that shit.
No. I can't do that shit because I feel it, and then I envision it for a while after watching it. Like,
so weird.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
In my head, like somebody like dying, it sucks, and I can't fully like watch the rest of the video.
Sucks.
But it's still just like a instant thing, like, you know, I can't explain it, but yeah.
So you going right to knocking off banks?
I'm going right to knocking off
robbing.
banks or something. I mean, what the fuck else? Like, I can't think.
What if you tried to get a loan? What if you applied for a loan?
Do we really got to disclose my
I mean, we don't got to give your credit score out, dog. But if you don't think you're gonna get approved, that's one thing.
No, I absolutely for $100K. No.
What about your girl? What about hitting up your girl's family and being like,
"Hey,
"Hey,
a lot of people are gonna take that."
Right. Hitting up my girl's family for $100K.
I bet they got bread. They'd be ordering Amazon package. I mean, I would do that before I started robbing places.
Or what happens after?
You get murked. You're dead after 30 days.
I mean, at that point, how are you not going to hit up your girl's family?
Like, yo, listen, I am about to pass away if y'all don't give me this money. We need to come up with this shit.
I'm either going to die or rob a bank.
I don't think, I might, I do know a few people who would have $100K.
Okay.
Would they hand it to me? I don't know. But
if your life depended on, if your life was on their hands.
Yeah, my life depended on it. I would absolutely hit those people up. But
I might need to find out, like,
I don't think I have someone
what
close
do you mean
enough
your life
to me
depends on
that,
this? Can I get some verification that your life is in jeopardy?
That's also fair. That's also fair.
Yeah.
Because if you don't,
this $100,000.
Yeah, then you got to pay it back once you get it. Like, I can't. But if you listen to episode 194, I accepted that I needed to do this or I would die. So,
fair.
Yeah, I can't explain. Like, I really can't. If you don't give it to me in about 25 days, you will find out that this is true. So, I would really love for that not to happen.
Do you really want to take that gamble?
Yeah, like you can hand it to the person yourself if you'd like.
Absolutely.
Like whoever it is that I have to hand this to.
Just let me live.
Right.
Please.
I'll figure it out. I'll work for you if you'd like. But we just need I just need that up front real quick.
I'm gonna need to see that right quick.
Yeah, I just need it up front. That's it. I'll work for you. Like, whatever you need me to do around your businesses and all that shit, I got you. Like,
sweeping, mopping, whatever you need.
It's probably gonna run me for the rest of my life, but
you'll be alive though.
Let me get that. Let me get that dough.
Get that bread. Johnny, what you doing?
Indentured
servant for the rest of my life.
I didn't even consider bank loans at first. I was thinking wild shit too, like, flipping drugs or some shit or doing some wild ass shit like that. But No, I mean, I guess if bank loans are in the mix, then I would just take like a.
If you can get
pretty
a loan
sure I could get a home
30 days.
equity loan against the lake house that I have more equity in, and definitely pretty sure I have more than $100,000 in equity there.
What if they?
What if loan against that?
What if they said nah? What if they're like,
if the bank declined me?
Bank declines your
Then yeah, I'd probably would think of some sort of business way to flip. I'd probably try to get as much coke as I can fronted, and then flip it until I get to $100,000.
Damn. Okay, that's a good.
I'll tell you, I'd make some crazy fucking connections in 30 days.
I think I know a couple people.
So.
I know a couple people that'll put me onto a couple people, and
right.
like I said, I'll make some crazy connections within 30 days.
Yeah.
I think I may even find a new
career,
new job.
It's just like,
he's like, whoa, this actually came pretty quickly.
You end up making like 800K.
This actually came really fucking fast.
Like, I made $100,000 in a week. Should I keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 28 more days.
Probably better at this than I thought. I don't know where it came from. It was just natural.
Right.
It was just natural.
Oh man. Yeah.
What you doing, Dave?
Yeah. What are you doing, Dave?
I'm obviously I would, any personal assets that I could liquidate to come up with some cash. I would do that first, just before anything crazy drastic. And then I would, I'd hit up mom, dad. Not that I think that they have that kind of money to give me, but just to see, if they did. You never know.
What can you give me?
Yeah, if they're sitting on some
up.
bread, just keep stacking it up. I don't necessarily know that I would try and sell drugs, but like I would definitely try and come up with some like crackhead schemes, some any kind of.
You could run one of them scams.
Yeah, some sort of scam, like a calling card,
scheme.
Sopranos type scam, just some kind of quick way to make some bullshit. But I mean, if it came to it, you got to start knocking places off, dude. And any place around here, especially in the Bay Area, any place that's a cash business,
influx of
bars,
of
restaurants,
Oh, I
maybe
would totally
stealing
do
some tech,
the,
some espionage.
Like those Tinder scams where you set yourself up as like a hot girl and get dudes to send you money.
Yeah, I would try and catfish. That's not a bad idea at all. Trying to catfish some dudes. I'd be like, Ash, we're gonna take
Get
some
100
sexy,
dudes to send you $1,000.
sexy pictures right now. We need to get these out here.
And now we know Tinder is fucking is charging they just dropped the subscription of like $500 a month or some shit, $400 a month.
Why you gotta step on my news contribution, son?
No. We're gonna get to it, but I'm just saying, like, it'd be a little easier to spot those people.
Anybody that has that, you see that badge, you'd be like, hey,
Yeah,
yo, it was good.
like,
Homie got that bread.
yeah.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Yeah.
Actually,
no, I'm gonna do what I can. You see if you can make it in 30 days, that'd be pretty wild. There might be a dope kind of like movie or short story. I don't know what the reason they would die in 30 days would be, but I'd fuck with that.
Actually, I might have if we're done here, right? We're done with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second
yeah.
question. I have a third question that I could throw out there, and it kind of goes in line with what we were talking about earlier, and it's a quick one.
Let's do it.
I'm thinking we will answer this pretty quickly, but would you rather babysit crying infant triplets for 6 hours, or go without food or water for 24 hours?
Food and water, 24 hours, done. Not even thinking about it.
How many triplets?
Right. Just crying triplets.
Triplets.
Was
for
it
6
three
hours.
sets of triplets?
No,
Just 3 babies.
just triplets. Yeah,
Crying.
3 babies
Crying
who are
for
in
6
sync with
hours.
themselves. They're in sync with each other. Just 6 hours crying, all 3 of them.
And no matter what you do, they're gonna cry, right? Like there's no
There's no calming them down.
Mean, you may be able to calm them down, but just when you get comfy,
they cry. Again.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one?
No food and water.
No
for
food or
24
water
hours.
for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's easy.
Right? I don't know, man. 24 hours, no food or water for me.
I'd go 48. I'd even push that out a little bit if I had to not have to fuck with
72.
crying triplets like that.
Mm-hmm.
The water would be tough.
Yeah, I'd get a little
24
parched.
hours.
I just wouldn't smoke. If I don't smoke, I don't get cotton mouth and I don't get munchies. So I'd probably be straight.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never gone a full day of not drinking anything. Like the food, I think I could get my mind past, especially if you're just like chugging water and you kind of keep yourself full from the water. But no food or water for 24 hours, I think that would be rough.
Be boring.
Insensitive challenge.
Yes.
There you go. Let's raise.
I may take
funds for charity.
I may take the 6 hours with triplets.
Better drink a gallon of water after, because that's what you're doing it for.
Right.
I guess.
No, I couldn't.
No, bro.
Triplets for 6
Do
hours.
I look like I go
straight?
24 hours without eating?
Yeah, I think you could.
I think you
I could.
You'd be okay. You wouldn't die or anything. You wouldn't wither away.
No, I would not. No, my body is holding enough fat where it could last
Probably more than
few
a day.
weeks in the Andes Mountains.
Couple days, yeah, for sure. You'd be all right.
While
the
everyone's
water would
dying
get you
off,
faster
they're like,
than the
I'm
food.
fine.
For sure. You got 48, 72 hours without water,
Something like
right?
that, yeah.
So food, you could go a week, 2 weeks. You'd be all right. It would suck. Like wouldn't feel great.
Yeah,
but
man. I don't want no more crying babies.
That's why I'm like, no.
Yeah.
3 at the same time, and there's nothing you can do to soothe them?
No,
nothing.
No.
Yeah. No.
So I'm just gonna let them lay there then.
Food and
I mean,
water.
6 hours is
24
not
hours.
that long, but it's long enough when there's
Oh my
3
God,
and
bro,
they're just nonstop.
Oh.
I can't put headphones in or nothing.
No.
No,
I mean,
you gotta
you
eat
can
it.
if you want, but you're just gonna ignore
gonna hear
3
it.
babies.
I'm not
for
gonna
6
ignore
hours?
them. I just don't have to hear it. Like I'll keep fucking around and trying to calm them down.
Still be stressful
while
as
I'm
fuck.
listening
And you
to
could be eating while you're trying
podcasts or something.
I'd watch Scarface twice.
That's from like 8 in the morning
Watch
to 2
Oppenheimer
in the
twice.
afternoon.
Ooh, there you go.
You heard 8 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, just nonstop crying.
Stop
tripping.
crying. No. No.
Yeah, no.
Rough. All right. Let's get let's get right to some news clips, man.
You know what it's time
We're not doing fantasy?
I'll do it. Let me do a quick fantasy recap.
Oh, damn it.
It's all right.
Go ahead.
It's
Nothing,
getting
Craig?
close. It's almost over.
Yeah, no, we're in the home stretch now. So let's see. Last week, let me change to week 15, was the last week of the regular season. I had a very poor week, only dropped 88 points, but Two Affinity and Bijan only dropped 67. So I lucked out playing him, and I needed this win to get into the playoffs. So this was a big week for Blazer Ramon Alpha Male. Milano's in milk. Sorry, Liz. Lost to my brother Danny, who's just been on a tear, 129, 103. Donald lost to the old Kanye. Got him. Right. Got at him, 100 to 77. Johnny finished the regular season in first place. Best record, most points, just killing it. JJ's Knights lost to Pittsburgh Feelers. 114, 129. Didn't matter because JJ's Knights had me by a game, so they finished the season in third. Lizzo Defense beat Wax Team Fucks, who also did not seem to feel like they needed to set a lineup this week. 79-68, which it didn't matter. That was an inconsequential game for both of those teams, so it wasn't a big deal. We're in the playoffs this upcoming week. It's going to be Johnny and myself, Johnny versus myself, and JJ's Knights and my brother Danny for the for week 1 of the playoffs. And then obviously the winners of those 2 games will play the following week. And whoever wins that is the league champion. So hope's still alive for 4 of us. And that's
get
it.
Ready to kiss the ring, kids.
Oh, I don't know about that. We're going to find out. We're going to find out this week.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, I completely just forgot because I turned off notifications because the shit was getting crazy on the watch. Like the fantasy football notifications were wild.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure you
used
that excuse already.
Yeah, that was last week's
I
excuse.
never turned it on.
Never got turned back on. So yeah, that was
never got turned back on. But I already set it up for this week. So
consolation game, here we come. Consolation champion.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not winning the whole shit, but so
no, you're not.
It is. Yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, that's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
first year in the books, baby.
That's right.
All right, so we getting into some news now? Fantasy. All right, let me hit the drop again. God damn it.
You know what it's time for. News Clips.
Man, there's so much fucking news jam.
So much shit. So much shit.
So much things that have happened since we last recorded. I usually like to start off with the political stuff early so we can just kind of get that shit out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
So the first biggest political news, I would say, broke just before we started recording.
Yes.
I don't know that it will matter that much long term, but I think it's a pretty big story. Colorado Supreme Court has basically said that Trump violated their insurrection clause in their state constitution and thus cannot appear on their state ballot in 2024 when apparently he expects to be running for president.
It's just refresh my memory. Is Colorado a red state?
I think it's a purple state.
Okay,
I want to say
so this could have some sort of impact.
Either way. Either way, it's a state
state
full of votes that it's just not going to count.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, whether
Absolutely.
he gets them or not. I mean, I guess if it's a blue state, it doesn't matter. He wouldn't have won it anyway, right?
So, but still, if other states follow suit, if they say, hey, fucking Colorado did it, and you can chop any more, blue states or not, any votes that don't go for that dickhead are sweet in my book.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know I don't know if other states have this clause in their state constitution that they could go after him in this way. I mean, if he does get not charged, but rather if he gets convicted of whatever crime in, let's say, the state of Georgia, right, where he's currently under indictment, maybe they have something in their state constitution that says, well, he's not eligible to run for president in this state because he's been convicted of a crime in this state. And we do know that Georgia definitely was typically a red before going blue last time. And so, I don't know. We'll see. Of course, they're going to claim this is election interference.
Of course. Of course.
But it's kind of like hard to argue against that. I mean, it kind of is election interference, but it's like interfering on behalf of the law.
Right. Yeah. Which is different, I feel like, than just kind of bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I just saw something that Howard Stern came out and was like talking against Trump and shit like that, saying that pretty much we need to vote against him because we need to save our, democracy and not vote for, pretty much stating that if Trump were to get hired, were to be president again, we'd be looking at more of a what's the word I'm looking for?
Dictatorship.
Dictatorship. There we go. I mean, I don't know if it would go that far. I mean, I don't know if he has that many followers. I think the internet.
Well, dictator's only day one. Remember,
that was what he said.
He's only a day one dictator, not the whole time.
Not the whole
the
4
first day.
years.
Yeah. But still, I mean, like I don't know. I just, it's like he does have I want to believe that as many people that are fucking loud on the internet, right? Like that shit is just brought up to the forefront, and it's not as many people as we believe. Is it close? Possibly. Like it's close enough to where, yes, we need to have these conversations. You know, we need
like you're saying you don't think he actually has a shot.
I would. I'm thinking I would like to think he doesn't have a shot. I think that they're making it seem like.
Yeah, I thought that in 2016.
That's facts also. But nowadays, like after everything that went down, there are so many people that have spoken out against him who did vote for him back then. That it almost seems like kind of not in the same vein, but like Johnny, we were talking earlier and you shared how there were contradictory comments about something else, right? Like they showed the same account showing one version going towards one way, and then another post that went towards the other way, just to kind of show the fact that these people aren't even fucking real. Yeah. Right.
Like you said, they're just looking for engagement, right? They'll just shit post to get engagement.
Correct. So there are a ton of people who are in these comments, right? And there's a ton of people that truly believe that for whatever fucking reason Trump is the savior, but I don't think it's as many as they're making it out to be. Doesn't mean that I don't believe that this. I mean, it's not a chance that it would happen. I just want to believe that you know what I mean, that it's not as close as we think it is, because
I would like that
of
too.
All the bots, the fucking trolls, all the bullshit. Like it's such a tough concept in my head to just think like, yo, this is just fucking common sense. What the fuck happened last time? And then I'm constantly reminded that common sense isn't very common. And
Trump supporters.
And then I'm right, but oh my God, bro, it's just the worst. Anyway, I'm hoping that I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna fucking vote whatever. I'll do my part, but I'm just saying, like, I'm hoping it's just not. It's just a lot of fluff and propaganda and anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I also wish I could choose to just believe. But I've just seen so much ridiculousness, and I've had so many. I was literally having a conversation with someone as we were prepping for the show in pre-show time. I was texting someone back and forth who I have conversations with pretty often. And they were kind of, I don't want to say defending Trump or really on his side, but they were more kind of like anti-Democrat. And so for that was
that's really what it comes down to.
Be like, that's yeah. And, you know, of course, there's, you know, you see the anti-Biden people that are just like, oh, whatever. But I think what got me hyped was earlier. So after this Colorado thing came out, he was holding a press conference, and in this press conference, this fucking moron is here talking about just I wish I wrote everything down that he was saying, because I was yelling, and my wife is like, you gotta start to chill with the fucks and the fuckity fucks, because your daughter's gonna start picking those up. Because I'm just like, what the fuck is this fucking moron really saying? You know, the war against Christians, that he's claiming there is. What did he say? There's when he's elected next year, by Christmas time of next year, gas prices will already have immediately gone down. The economy will have doubled, and peace will have been across the land, because they will know and be afraid. They will know that President Trump has now taken over. He also claimed credit for the current economy, saying that the only reason the stock market is doing well is because they think that Trump's going to win next year. And so because of what might happen next year, they want to bet all of it on it now. That makes total logical sense. There's just a lot of ridiculous things. I mean, he recently was quoted as saying, I mentioned earlier, that he would be a dictator for a day. He said that the immigrants invading our country are destroying the bloodline, something along those lines, or ruining the bloodline of our country.
What does that mean?
Exactly. You know what that means.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So
Dave, are you Sicilian?
What's that?
Are you Sicilian? I know
I
you're
am.
Italian.
I am Sicilian.
You are Sicilian. Okay, so you're with us. Okay, I got you.
So you're pure. You don't want to get don't let any of that darkness in. Ruin your pure blood.
Yeah. Never.
Whatever. Anyways, just to quickly follow up on what we talked about, or what you asked about earlier. Colorado was won by Biden in 2020. And there are currently 13 other states that have this same lawsuit pending.
Okay. Good. At least it opens up the conversation. It gets them looking, gets them thinking. I'm okay with it.
Let me ask you a question. Like, if Trump is not, because you know me, I don't follow politics. If Trump is not the Republican candidate, who is?
That's the $1 million question.
$1 million question.
Who's
My gut
closest?
right now says more than likely Nikki Haley. I think she would probably I think she would win the primaries, because they're still holding primaries even though he's not a part of them.
Yeah.
Or at least they're holding debates. He's not a part of those debates. I'm guessing he still will be on the primary, because he has to be, right? You got to vote for him. So yeah, my guess would be probably Nikki Haley. I think she's doing the best so far in polling against,
or at least
if
not the worst.
Maybe Ron DeSantis, but I think his star has fallen really far.
I would
Vivek
hope
Ramaswamy not doing too hot.
I don't know anything about Nikki Haley.
Christy
I know I
dropped
definitely don't want Ron DeSantis
Right.
as president for sure.
I don't think he's doing well. He's lost a lot of people. I think someone he lost like someone from his super PAC or whatever, just like the leader of his super PAC recently resigned. He hasn't been polling well, and mostly is because people expect that Trump is going to be the nominee.
Yeah,
but,
that's what it feels like. It feels like everyone's kind of holding out, just waiting to see.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway,
in the states that he's allowed to be on the ballot, he'll probably win them, because Republicans are needlessly needy, I guess. They really feel that they need this guy, and he's the only way that they could get it done. I think, the God image that he portrays of himself as being the only person that could possibly do anything for them is just annoying. And I think the things about him that annoy me the most are why I really just dislike him. I know politicians lie, right? Like, they often promise you things that they don't come through on.
Yep.
But they don't typically just literally say things all the time that are
blatant lies.
Blatantly
just so blatant.
Nonsense. Like, did not happen. Where are you getting that from?
Yeah.
you don't see that as often with politicians. And when you do see it, like George Santos, they get reprimanded for it, right? I mean, they get the boot, or they get called out. But for some reason, this dude gets a lot of excuses. Oh, he didn't really mean that. You know, why do words don't matter? Why do we even care what these things are, what they're saying? We should never judge someone on the things that come out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Apparently.
The second they don't like the person that are saying these words, it's like, oh, those words.
Right.
We should really look at those words that he just said.
Right, right.
Yeah, so
I'll
tell you the one thing that Nikki Haley does have going for her, and that's the fact that she's 51 years old.
Young-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's winning across the board.
Yes,
left
exactly.
or right.
Just because we need to get these old fucks the fuck out of Congress, bro. Like, just we need to start
Give it
bringing
time.
younger people in. Yeah, I know. Give it time. But I'm just hoping that we survive as a country long enough to give it time. Yo, not for nothing, but we all saw that movie. What was it? The new Netflix one.
Leave the world behind.
Leave the world behind.
Leave the world behind. For some reason, I just can't have like that title in my head. Just does not stay. I can't remember it. With Leave the World Behind and everything that was going on with that shit, it just has me thinking of different wild shit. We could talk about it a little later, but still.
Stepping on my fucking whip. This motherfucker, man. Can't let me
fucked
have
up.
nothing in this bitch.
You
Can't have
can't.
nothing.
Everything you say.
No, you can't.
Nah,
We could discuss it. We could discuss that a little bit later.
It's it is
All
what
right.
it is.
What's next?
Speaking of getting fucked by politicians, y'all heard about this gay sex scandal in Congress that happened this week?
I did hear
yes,
about that.
yes, vaguely. I didn't look into it, but I was like,
I almost
okay.
made this. Y'all seen this shit? And I would have just played the video.
Was the video? I didn't see
There's
the
a
video, dog.
Apparently, I haven't seen it myself, but I
saw screenshots, and I didn't
saw
know.
one screenshot, and I was
I
like,
saw
"Yo,
one screenshot.
that's a dude's like
It's a dude's back.
bare back in Congress. What the fuck is going on?"
Yes. So I saw that and I was like, oh, maybe I don't know if I got the angle right. I didn't look into it.
No, you
but
had the angle
I was
right.
just
Angle
like,
right. Yeah, no, you got the angle right.
no, like I was just like I was trying to justify like I don't know where this is like where this is being shot. Maybe he's like behind some chick or something. I don't know. I didn't hear
Keep telling
the fact
yourself
that this was like a gay scandal. But that is actually very hilarious.
One of these more risque political sites, let's say, I don't know if it was
OnlyFans is getting wild.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently it was he wasn't like a congressperson or something. I think he was like a staffer for a congressperson.
Yeah, I was a staffer.
But Democrat. So they don't get a pass on this. He apparently was posting in like a gay sex group, like a Telegram group or something like that for politicians that are gay. I don't know if he's the one that posted it or somebody else posted the video. Whatever happens, it came out. Everyone recognized what room that was. The funny part is, dude tried to kind of like defend himself because no one has explicitly identified this is who recorded the video and what happened. But he did get fired, this person did come out and post on LinkedIn and then deleted it. But posted some shit on LinkedIn talking about I can't believe I'm getting attacked for who I love and all this shit, and tried to make it seem like they're coming after him. Yeah, he's a victim because he's gay. Nah, bro, you a victim because you got fucked in Congress, or you fucked somebody in Congress.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who was bending over, if it was him or if it was
either.
I don't know why,
but it don't matter.
If you get this off, right?
Oh, he got off.
I know. if you had this opportunity, right, and you took this opportunity, gay, straight, whatever, why the fuck are you recording it?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, in general.
And then posting
you
it.
know,
Right.
you know that this will like
how the internet
fuck
works,
you
dog.
up if this shit gets out, right? And then you know how the internet works, so you're gonna post it up.
I'm going to guess this person is under 35 years old, maybe
Yes.
even under 30, because that's just the mindset of folks,
Yeah.
you know, in this,
Yeah.
you know,
Post it or it didn't happen.
In this climate.
yeah, in this just generation that is younger than me, that you need to record and post everything. And like you said, post it or it didn't happen. So he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I fucked somebody in Congress. It just,
Or I got fucked in Congress. I don't know
Or
which one. We
either
We're
way.
still not sure. A good
not
time
sure.
was had, though. We know that.
yeah,
they enjoyed it.
there was
for
nuts
sure.
busted.
Nuts busted. People were fired.
Yeah, strange.
The whole
but it happens.
Consequences.
The whole thing about like having sex in public, right, or in a room that you should not have sex in, is literally having the story. You know, even if you want to take like a photo and then just like never show fucking like anybody unless it's like you're showing them physically like on the phone or
Right.
something.
Never send it.
But no, but the second that I was just listening to a Joe Rogan conversation, and they stated that if you we talked about possibly another conversation that we were just having, or we will be having soon. They stated that if you post something on YouTube, right, even if it's for a split second, the second that you post it on YouTube, every employee for YouTube now has access to that file, even if you take it down. So even if it was for a split second, you have thousands of employees that now have access to that video. And you don't know where that leak is going to come from. I think it was had to do with like Grand Theft Auto shit. The shit that
okay.
it posted or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you upload it, even if you have a second thought after you upload it, like it was up there for
already
1
there.
minute. It's already there. People have access to it, and then it's up to them whether they want to fucking leak it after that point. So yeah, just don't fucking do it. Don't even record it. Like don't record it, but if you have to record it, don't fucking post it anywhere. It's sad that I have to fucking tell people, you know, I have to say that out loud, but it's kind of fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You would think.
But like I said earlier, common sense is not very common.
Not typically.
Especially if you're like 20, 25 years old, like that age range, even up to 30. You're not thinking clearly 100%. You are.
I'll even say even the older folks aren't
Even the
always
older-
thinking.
maybe even
Yeah,
especially the older folks who don't understand how that shit works at all.
Especially these folks, the 150 people who may be identified come 2024. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but a federal judge just ordered that all the documents naming Jeffrey Epstein's associates will be unsealed. A vast unsealing of court documents that will list the 150 people who hung out and visited and were associates of Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, visited his places in New Mexico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, etc. Yeah. Not going to be good for a lot of those folks.
Well, at least good news for Diddy is that he has other shit on his fucking plate, and that probably won't even count
I mean,
that against him.
I would say if Diddy's name shows up on this list, it kind of just
Solidifies.
Par for the
down.
course.
Yeah.
what
It's
the
par for the course.
accusations are.
Yes.
Although, to be fair, I don't know if there's any person on this list that's not white.
That's also fair.
Yeah, that's also very fair.
I
don't know, man.
Shouldn't claim that. There's 150 people. Who knows? I guess Clarence Thomas, can he be called still black? I guess he's still black.
Barely.
Right? He's holding on. If someone like him showed up on the list, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, they're finally gonna let us know all those Epstein folks, and we'll be able to point a lot of fingers.
Yeah, and all those names, people hopefully will give them shit, but
I'm sure they will.
Who the fuck knows? I'm sure they will, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people just because of the rumors that I've heard of the people that are on that fucking list. There are a lot of just a lot of people that you would not assume, and you know what? I mean, I don't know, like. Everyone that's on that list is going to be just presumed to be in the worst part of, like anything that went down is just like, even though they probably didn't partake and it was probably just like a thing, like a status kind of thing. Like, oh, we get to go out there, saw what was going down. It was like, oh shit. But who the fuck knows? Who knows? These rich people be doing some wild ass shit, bro.
Sure.
Crazy ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wild. And
wait, hold on. You want to take bets on whether Leo's on that list?
Nah.
Leo
on that?
DiCaprio?
You don't think he's on that list?
I mean, they were under
DiCaprio.
24, so maybe.
Yeah, if they're under 24. He's on that list.
Nah, not Leo. Leo ain't gonna
Not
be
Leo.
on
Not Leo. You think Brad Pitt?
Nah.
No
one like
Okay.
that.
I know that's your boy.
No current A-listers. Former A-listers, maybe.
Okay.
You think?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, yeah.
He's been an A-lister for a while, son.
Yeah, I was gonna say for how long was Epstein like doing his dirt? Like, did he go?
And this is not
through,
just
like,
like
the
minors
early
and shit. This
2000s,
is
or
just
did he
like
go all the
full
way
on
to, like,
trafficking.
2015.
Another $1 million question.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like I know we know he was doing stuff like in the 90s and early 2000s. Leo would have been really kind of young, I think, at that time to be like going after 14-year-olds.
He had numerous chicks throwing themselves at him through his entire life. I see no need for him to go to an island for anything weird.
Yeah, it does strike me as kind of the more old, rich, and can't get it up crowd.
Gotta pay for it.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Elon Musk is back in the news.
Nice. Good.
I bet he's on that list.
I wouldn't be shocked. There are photos of him with both with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
And I think photos with Mr. Epstein himself as
I
well.
believe that.
He's in the news this week for many, 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 many things. The reason I bring him up is for being a petty ass bitch.
Yep.
So there's
Business
an
as
update
usual.
that's coming out to Tesla's. Tesla had a software recall. So that they have to call it a recall, but it's really just a software update for every Tesla. For folks that were using autopilot in city streets where it's not meant to be used, so Tesla is forced to issue a software update to every Tesla vehicle out there. And in doing so, when you get that update, for some strange, I don't know why reason, Disney Plus is no longer one of the apps that you can use to watch entertainment content on.
I think I know the reason.
Could it possibly
it has
be
anything to do
Elon
with
Musk is being a little baby bitch?
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the whole thing with Bob Iger.
No, not at all.
Never.
Those
He's
when
not
He
that
told Bob
petty.
Iger to go fuck himself.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know who Bob Iger is, he just happens to be the CEO.
CEO of Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No correlation.
No.
Makes
Random.
no sense why you would target the Tesla customers.
Do you know what's weird about that, though? Is that same update, what Tesla users are referring to as the holiday update, which usually has a decent amount of content in it. That update had Apple Podcasts app thrown in with it. And, I mean, Apple also halted their advertising on X as well. So why... Yeah. I feel like that would be odd. I mean, I know he's got some beef with Iger, but, if it were that petty, maybe he would have said, hey, fuck your Apple fucking podcast. I'm going to be a bitch about it. So, yeah, I don't know. I just throw that out there, too.
I agree with you on that. I have no idea why he would still,
keep one versus the other. They both
let
should
one
be
and not the
fucked,
other.
Right?
Yeah, it's actually a good. I'm gonna assume because at the same conference where he told advertisers to go fuck themselves, shortly before that, the interviewer did ask him what phone he used, and he pulled out an iPhone, and so I wonder maybe he uses
more love.
Well, maybe he is subscribed to Apple Music
like
and he uses the Apple Podcast app. And he's just like, I don't want to lose access to that.
This is just a selfish thing. It has nothing to do with Tim Cook or Apple. It's just Elon being a selfish ass bitch. No, that totally tracks 100%.
Because if this wasn't, Elon being a bitch, if that wasn't the reason why he removed Disney Plus, pretty sure he would have made a statement about it on Twitter X at this point and said, actually, contract negotiations have stalled with them, and that's the reason why Disney Plus is no longer around. The licensing deal was over, or whatever the case
Some
is.
excuse.
I'm sure
to make
he would
him
have
not
said
look like a
something
bitch.
about that. But instead, he just doubled down on Disney Plus being stupid, or Disney being stupid for no longer advertising on Twitter, which again, what the fuck does Twitter have to do with Tesla?
Yeah.
Like, why are you, mixing your two companies together?
Now you're crossing shit up.
Yeah.
Are you,
stupid. Are you going to no longer supply the government with space rockets when they don't give Tesla EV subsidies anymore or something? Yeah. Like, this is the problem with one person that has all the money.
Yeah. Agreed. It's fucked.
Word.
The one person watching Disney Plus in their Tesla is probably super heated.
Hey, I watch Disney Plus in my Tesla.
Really?
I mean, I don't. Whenever I'm
charging
at a supercharger, it's only when it's the only time I ever watch any of the, YouTuber or any of the entertainment apps that they have in there is when I'm sitting at a supercharger, which is only when I'm traveling, which is one of the great benefits, right? You're going to have to sit there for 20 minutes. Might as well watch something good. And I've definitely pulled up Disney Plus previously to either watch, I'm trying to think, what have I definitely watched in the Tesla? I think I watched at least one episode of Loki on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I was going to say something Marvel or Star Wars.
It was. I'm pretty sure I watched a Mando episode.
I was going to say, I feel like there was a Mando episode in there.
And I know I've watched like kids stuff for Bluey or some other Moana or something for my daughter while we were sitting there charging. Yeah. So yeah, it's you can still access Disney Plus through the browser. Yeah. But it doesn't do the full screen. Anyways, it just shows it's a little bitch move by bitch.
Huge bitch move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pussy.
I have a question.
Yeah.
That's news related. Why the fuck is Mark Zuckerberg building $100 million compound in Hawaii with a massive
There was like a
$260
$260 million compound. It was way bigger than that.
Many
don't
hundreds.
downsell it.
I don't know, and nobody does because apparently no one's allowed to talk about it. There's a lot of questions, a lot of ideas. Apparently there is the underground compound is what was described in that article that came out about it. However, no one really has any details about it, if it's true.
Yeah.
It's also kind of weird to build an underground compound on an island.
Yeah, I thought that too.
It says complete with an underground bunker and its own food and energy sources in a secret project, suggesting the social media mogul is trying to conceal his doomsday preparations.
I think that's one way to read into it. It's also, if you build a giant compound on an island that has active volcanoes, probably a good idea to have an underground bunker, right? Like, what if the whole fucking place gets flooded with lava?
Yeah.
Or if shit goes down, would you rather be around a bunch of people or would you rather be on a fucking island?
Oh, I'd rather be in the middle of the Pacific. Fuck yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, it says that it reportedly has more than a dozen buildings with 2 central mansions connected by a tunnel that leads to a 5,000 square foot underground shelter with an escape hatch. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I don't know. Like, it doesn't sound to me like some doomsday shit. Like, it would be so, like, you'd have to get there. If it was the end of the world, then you'd have to stay there.
Right.
There's no way you're going to survive for, more than, at most, 4 months? How much food could you possibly have in this 5,000 square foot
I thought he
thing
could grow food, it said. It was, like, self-sustaining.
Maybe. That could be possible. But, again, how do they know this? It hasn't even been built yet.
Oh, no, I thought Wok said that.
What?
No, that's what the article is saying. But the article is using unnamed sources of contractors that are supposedly working on this, and went anonymously to talk to the to this media folks or whatever. I can't remember who the hell broke if it was a blog or if it was like a real newspaper, but whoever broke the story or whatever, they interviewed a bunch of like construction workers there. But they're working on it, and apparently they're privy to the plans, but this stuff not all of it has been completed. The underground bunker has not been built. It's supposed to be built, but that's why I'm like, a lot of that stuff just could be, extra stuff that people are throwing in and throwing around there. We don't know that it's
some
a doomsday
paranoid
bunker.
shit. It's just like,
could be, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but the way that people talk about like Bill Gates being, part of the cabal. I don't know.
Hey, man.
Could be not. Whatever.
But yes, as as a wise man said in something that we may or may not discuss, I forgot what the fucking comment was. It's scary that the wealthiest man, all they could really buy is a heads up.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that leave
was
the
that
world
was actually,
behind.
Yeah. Yes, that is the name of the movie.
Yes.
He really struggles with that.
Thanks, Dave. Yes. I usually do, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the name of it either at that point.
I'm going to wrap up news, quickly go through 2 things because I know one will lead to the next.
Sure.
First, these are both kind of celebrity-related newses.
Hollywood?
Kind of Hollywood.
Take them away.
First one we discussed previously a couple weeks back, the unfortunate passing of Matthew Perry, and it recently was revealed after coroner's reports that apparently the actor did himself in by using ketamine.
Good time.
There was ketamine found in his system, the same amount that is used in general anesthesia.
Sucks.
Yes. Looks like, according to this article, toxicology reports found ketamine levels in Perry's system were at 3540 ng per milliliter. I don't know what ng is. Nanograms? Yeah, nanograms per milliliter. And in typical surgical care, that is usually in the 1,000 to 6,000 nanograms per milliliter range. So 3550, right around the middle line there. So about anesthetic levels of ketamine in his system. And apparently he was doing some sort of ketamine care.
Therapy. Ketamine therapy.
But this was not a ketamine therapy. This was like self-ketamined himself. And yeah, we've talked about ketamine before on the show, right? Just kind of like how that's becoming a thing.
Special K?
Yeah.
I know nothing about Special K, but I mean, yeah, I've heard of ketamine. I don't know. I know that it is probably not something you want to be doing. The
low dose ketamine is being used a lot to treat depression,
sure,
mental health issues. We're seeing a lot of that. That's what we talked about previously on the show. Is a lot of people that have talked about using it as therapy.
It's just it's rough when someone is struggling with like drug addiction and just like drug abuse. Would that be the answer to feed even the slightest? Probably not. I don't know. I'm not anywhere near the expert on this. But he's obviously struggled with a lot of that, drug addiction and whatnot, and that's what his memoir was about, and just he based his life on trying to help people with addictions and stuff like that. And it's just it's for the one thing that I do understand from anyone who has drug addictions is the fact that the only real way to be is completely abstinent from it.
Yeah. You can't dabble in horse tranquilizer.
No, you just can't. You just can't. I mean, I mean, it's not the same, but it's like I always say that shit, like with people who are addicted to like food and shit, when you're trying to lose a lot of weight and all that, like people just don't understand that food addiction is a real thing, but you gotta eat. You know what I mean? And when you gotta eat, it's like you can get yourself into healthy habits, but the second you start feeding some bullshit, like those habits lie dormant. And it's the same thing with drugs. Like it's the second that you start feeding it in the slightest, you now have a new taste for that, and it's harder to just say no, rather than just completely saying no. That's what makes it easy. At some point, if you just keep saying no, then you will continue. It just gets easier to say no, even if it's like a mental struggle. It's still easier to say no than to just feed the littlest bit to your body, and then try to tell it no after a while. You know what I mean? Like it's going to crave it. It's going to want it.
Do we even know is like ketamine therapy? Is that something that's like appropriate for recovering opiate addicts, or is that is it something that like soldiers with PTSD would take? Like I don't know who his doctor was or what the fuck he knew, but that seems odd to introduce a new substance to someone that has substance abuse problems in the past. And then I say I'm not a doctor. I don't know if they were in the right or what the deal is there, but it just seems counterintuitive. Like a lot of recovering addicts won't even, real recovering addicts will refuse aspirin at like the fucking hospital or ibuprofen. Like they want no part of it. And my man's just fucking taking some ketamine here and there, trying to feel good. Like I get it.
Well, I mean, I think the idea is to only like, it's not, I don't know what it's like in LA. I guess you can pretty much get anything you want in LA, but typically in most places, like ketamine's not the it's not a street corner drug, right? Like it's not something you can just pick up
it's a party
anywhere.
drug. It's a festival drug.
And so, but you got to know somebody to know somebody, right? And of course,
I
if
think you got
you're
to
a
know too
celebrity,
many
I'm sure.
somebodies these days. But yeah, you definitely got to know somebody.
Yeah.
I have no interest in getting it, but I'm pretty sure I can think of at least one person that I could reach out to grip me whatever it is that I need.
I know that I can
would
think
get
of
me in
a couple
contact.
people. I just don't know that they actually could get it. And, you know, they'd probably have to reach out
point
to
me
a
in the
couple
right
people.
direction.
Yeah, they'd have to. You know, again, you know, with enough money,
I'm just
sure.
saying.
If you really want it, enough money, I get it. My point
It's
is,
really 6 degrees
it's
of
supposed to be
separation.
a drug that's only under the use of a physician or whatever, right? You're only supposed to. So if they introduce you to this low dose as a therapy, you're not introducing it to them in like a, you know, take 2 of these every night when you feel kind of woozy or whatever. Like it's like you're only supposed to take this when you're with me,
Right.
Sure.
so I can guide you through the process. And so maybe, you know, but I also don't know. Do they typically let, you know, people with opioid addictions use this to combat that? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But anyways, moving on from this sad news to
Happier news?
no,
Yeah.
no, just
The other sad news?
Other news.
To other news.
You know, big shocker here. Not really, but we've spent a good amount of time talking about Jonathan Majors and his court issues recently. And yes, big story came out yesterday. Jonathan Majors found guilty on at least 2 charges. I believe he was charged with 4 different things. He got 2 of them. He was convicted of 2 that he was acquitted of. But that was enough for Disney to say, Dookies, homie, peace out. And apparently, Avengers Kang Dynasty has been officially renamed Avengers 5.
Yeah. It's just a placeholder for now until they figure it out. I think I think that, and this is a good segue into just Hollywood. I guess we could just go right into it.
Yeah.
I think that this is a plan that they kind of not fully planned ahead on, but I think that they
were prepping
considered
for it for sure.
They were prepping for it.
Yeah,
they were like, "Yo, if this shit goes left, because we know that it could." We think we're gonna go this route. If we continue it, you know, if he's acquitted and we can move forward with him, then maybe we'll continue this route. But I think they were deviating from that.
It would have been irresponsible for them not to have a plan B, C, and D in order while this was going on. I mean, any corporation making that kind of money. You have a big player that's in that kind of trouble that could lead to other things. We all saw this coming. You know, like I said, the prep was there. They were just waiting for the dominoes to fall, and it was like, you know, the story of the guilty, and then within the hour, Disney had dropped him. They pulled that
crazy.
trigger.
Yeah.
That was
was
I've never
quick.
seen
Within the
anything
hour.
that quick, bro.
Yeah.
They were waiting for. I almost think part of them was like hoping for it. And like,
I feel like they'd had to have given him a heads up, right?
Yeah,
like, hey, just so you know,
the second you're guilty, bro,
if you're
fucking
guilty
out
on
the
this,
door,
it's
my
off.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
fair. I mean, they have a business to run. We saw what happened with Ezra's trouble and The Flash. Like, the way that Marvel movies haven't been hitting, you can't take that kind of chance, in my opinion, on, you know, the next movie or your fucking franchise, the next phase being based around this dude. Imagine if the DCEU had a whole phase based around Ezra after that bullshit. Like, I'm not happy about any of this. Like, we know that Jonathan Majors is a fucking hell of an actor, still could have a hell of a career in his future. Like, you know, he had it all and he fucked it up. Literally him and nobody but him fucked it up. So nobody can be blamed. Not great to see. Not what I wanted to see happen. But hey, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbled.
Yeah, that's the way it went. And you know, we've been talking about it long enough that it's just like all right, you know, we've come to terms with the fact that, and you know, that it could go left or right. Right. It's just a matter of, okay, let's see where this goes. Oh, okay. Now we see where this went.
Yep.
So it's like, all right,
Yep.
what's next? Right. We knew it after those text messages were leaked, right? Regardless of the video that we saw,
video
where you
was
couldn't really see whether like he was hitting her or not. He just kind of ran afterward.
Yeah.
But the text messages were kind of those were
great.
Definitely very damaging.
Yep.
To his character. So, you know, and again, it is what it is. Now, the biggest question is will they move forward with Kang?
Right.
Or are the rumors true? Will they now pivot and make Doctor Doom the central, you know, the overall villain in this? Depending on who that actor is, I like Cillian Murphy.
Killian.
I always fuck that up. Cillian Murphy. I like the idea of having a strong actor for this villain to carry the rest of this, right? And if that's the case, then it may be the best decision overall. I think that also they've already gone to the drawing board and they're rewriting all that shit and putting all the pieces together to make the next few phases something that we would actually give a fuck about. And since they're already going back to the drawing board and the strikes, right? The Actors and Writers Guild strikes, have you know, kind of halted everything for a little while. This is the most opportune time to pivot and do something else.
Yeah. Timing lines up.
Yeah, exactly. But I also like the some people threw out, you know, some possible recasting choices, which I'm not mad at Yahya Abdul-Mateen, even though he's
never mad at Yahya, son. Give me all that Yahya.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen him do some amazing roles. We've seen him do some not so crazy roles, but I think it's more the movie choices, not his performance.
That's not him. They weren't on him.
Right. I think he can. I think he could do the multiple personalities like a motherfucker. I think I saw that. Other than him, I thought John Boyega may be a good Kang. But also, Boss Logic came out and he was saying, like, you know, maybe they come out where a variant of Kang that is that, you know, is when he comes out, he's been killing all of the other variants. And he is the last one, and he is all CGI like Thanos was.
Yeah.
Right? And they just recast a fucking voice actor to play that role, and they just give him that blue face that they know from the comics, right? CGI.
Fuck with that too.
That yeah, I could fuck with that too. He came out and he said he was killing all of them, and then it turns out to be Jet Li. I don't know if it goes out that far.
I did see that.
That far.
He's wild.
But the CGI thing, I can get behind, and they could definitely pull that off, and just make it a variant because they set that up. But whichever way that they go, I'm sure it's going to be the best decision. I don't think. I mean, it sucks, man. I do like him as an actor.
Basic recast, right? Like they've done that too.
Basic. That's what I'm saying. They do a basic recast. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, I think he would jump in there. We'll take
not
it.
as major of a characters, but they did it with Incredible Hulk. They did it with
Don Cheadle and
Rhodey.
what's his face there? Rhodey.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's possible. I also wouldn't be mad if they just move on.
Yeah.
Right.
The Kang thing was cool. I was starting to get into it. from my understanding, Kang wasn't even that big of a deal in the comics. So, like, comic book nerds aren't going to be too mad.
Which is good.
Which, yeah, you never want to upset those folks.
Yeah. They were more mad at the fact that he was black.
On what's going on? I feel like we're going to be in good hands regardless. Right. We'll be fine.
For sure.
Yeah. Galactus, Doctor Doom. There are a bunch of
plenty of big bads to choose from. Yeah. These comic book writers and comic book, we always joke about how they have the easiest fucking job. Just pull something out of your ass, make it work.
Yeah, and they've already. This is already the multiverse saga, so they can literally do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody
can make the big bad Iron Man.
Pull out some other random actor and be like, "It's the multiverse."
Yep.
Yeah,
there you go. Boom. It's John Krasinski. John Krasinski will be Kang.
Oh Jesus.
There we go. Bring back John.
People would love.
I wouldn't be mad if they chose a different race person. I feel like
you can't be, or else you're racist.
Well, I think isn't it a little racist that the only actors being thrown out there are other black actors? Like,
not if you're a black actor.
They all look the same.
I mean,
John Boyega, yeah, I can see that.
I don't think they
no, the only real reason why I think that's being thrown out there is the fact that there were scenes where there were literally a fucking stadium filled with Kangs, and every single one of them looked like Jonathan Majors. So it's like,
yeah,
it's hard to dispute. It's 1,000 Jonathan Majors, and then you'll see the one white dude just like, I feel like I don't belong here.
How can I want to be a white Kang. Does he need a white variant? I'll fuck with that.
If you want me to call you Kang, I can, bro.
Nah, I want to be in a movie. I want bread, son. Don't call me shit unless you're paying me that paper.
Yeah, Kang or Ramon? Is that what you want?
Kang or Ramon. I fuck with that. All right, here we go. We back.
Throwing out the real good ideas out here. All right, so we've gotten the second season of Reacher. Johnny and I have seen at least the first episode.
Sounds like y'all both fell asleep in that bitch, though. I don't know how much y'all retained.
No. I saw it. What you? Why you out here talking shit?
You hating, bro?
Recap for me. Give me a recap. Give me a breakdown right now. I'll make time.
Reacher fucked a lot of shit up. Like he fucked people up.
Did he fuck some bitches?
No, he hasn't fucked any bitches.
Well, then y'all lying then, because Reacher be fucking all the time.
Episode 3.
Oh, all right.
Maybe, yeah. It's only first episode. You're not clapping cheeks in the first episode.
Nah, he didn't clap cheeks
Bodied
till like
somebody in the first 10
season.
minutes.
Word. But he clapped him, though. All right, so the reason why I'm bringing it up is the main actor, Alan Ritchson. Is it Ritchson? Yeah.
Richardson?
Alan Ritchson.
Richardson?
Yeah, RITCHSON.
Is he really that big, or do they put the camera angles
Nah,
to
he
make
looks
him
diesel,
look like a
bro.
giant?
My man is
he's
diesel.
a big dude.
How tall is he? Do we know?
Let's see. I can find out.
I'll look it up.
I'm looking it up too.
Alan Ritchson is 6'3". Okay, yeah, he's a tall dude.
Yeah,
that's a big
so
boy.
he came out. Obviously, now he's doing a press run promoting season 2 of Reacher. He came out, and of course, he does what every actor that no one really knows comes out and says. And he says, "Yeah, I would really love to play Batman in Gunn's DC verse."
Oh God.
And so everyone is like putting it up there, like thinking some people are for it, and a lot of people are like, get the fuck out of here. I'm on the team of get the fuck out of here.
I don't know if I'm on the team of get the fuck out of here. I
don't hate him as an actor. I just haven't seen him in a like really strong role. Like Reacher, he does well for Reacher. And I enjoy it. I love him in that role, but to carry a Batman in the DCEU, you think he has the chops for that?
People said the same thing about Keaton.
Wait, I'm sorry, I must have missed that. Specifically, Batman.
Yes,
he specifically says he would like to play Batman.
I mean, no.
Y'all are haters. Haters.
I don't even see him as a Batman. I don't see how he would fit that.
That's what they said about Keaton. I don't want to keep bringing that up, but they said all this about Michael Keaton when they wanted to cast him as Batman. They said all this about Rob
89. Pattinson, too.
Mm-hmm. Same thing about Heath Ledger as the Joker. I don't see fucking 10 things I hate about you, guy.
But, I mean, are you really comparing this dude to Keaton and
I'm just saying, we don't know.
Like we two amazing actors?
Oh, Rob Pattinson is an amazing actor? Come on.
Yeah.
Past Twilight, he's
Rob Pattinson?
He's a pretty damn good actor. Better than
decent actor.
Fucking
he's a good actor.
Blue Mountain State freaking Alan Richson.
Give my man a chance, son.
I
I'm in agreement with Johnny here. If that were the case,
I'm not going to say that Alan Richson is a bad actor because I just don't think he's had enough opportunity, at least in the main.
How's he going to get opportunity when motherfuckers out here like y'all are like, nah, I don't see that shit. Hating ass motherfuckers.
I'm not hating.
I mean,
you know one rumor that I was hating on that I'm not hating on as much anymore. Jensen Ackles.
I was always pro Jensen. Team Jensen all the time.
That seems a little bit more appropriate.
That's it. I would rather see Jensen, absolutely, but
yeah,
I wouldn't hate Alan either.
This dude was already Aquaman on the CW. No, there's no way, bro. You're going to move from the CW?
Can't count the CW. My man was trying to pay the bills, dog.
He was Aquaman? Matter. I don't think he was Aquaman.
You already had tainted yourself in the DC universe.
That ain't no DC universe, bitch. That's CW. That ain't shit.
No, he was one of the episode or one of the Titans, and he was in the Titans show.
Yeah.
Which is still, is that CW? Is it still CW?
It started on CW, yeah.
It's Max now, right? That's in the big leagues?
I don't know if it's on anything now.
It's not on anything now. It was canceled. That was canceled.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I wouldn't like start posting up hate fucking posts if he got the job. I would, again, in Gun We Trust, I would trust Gun's vision on it and the fact that he possibly saw something that I did not see, and I would give it a try. He's definitely has the build. He's a big dude. Of course, he's going to state the obvious that he wants to be a part of this fucking universe and be this, one of the biggest fucking heroes, you know what I mean?
He would be one of the biggest at 6'3", too.
Wouldn't?
Yeah, physically
God
and
damn.
just metaphorically, like biggest, superheroes in the franchise. Of course,
before it even launches, the James Gunn DCU is now the new. Of course, I'll take a job on Marvel, right? I would love to be a part of Marvel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People don't want to do that anymore because Marvel's on the downswing. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, of course I'll take a job on the James Gunn helmed movies. Yeah, whatever.
That's so fucked.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Keeping in the Batman news, so remember a while back, there was a show that was supposed to come out in the Matt Reeves universe called Arkham Asylum. It was a series set to release on Max. It has now been revealed that series will now actually be part of the DCU and not set in the Reeves Batverse.
Because Reeves decided that he wanted to keep his shit separate, right? Isn't that?
No, I mean, it was initially
Gunn decided.
Yeah,
I thought I just saw an article that said Reeves decided. That was Reeves' choice to keep his shit separate from Gunn's universe.
Could be.
It could be, but because these worlds were established prior to Gunn taking over, it was already decided that this was going to be Elseworlds. And when he made his announcement, that was one of the announcements, is that Joker and Reeves, like those worlds would be separate from the DCU. But this spinoff show was supposed to be tied to Arkham Asylum, or was supposed to be tied to the Batman and the Matt Reeves verse. Now it's now it's been revealed that this will be part of the DCU and not part of the Reeves verse.
So it was Gunn's decision.
No. James Gunn revealed that it was Matt Reeves' decision to keep the Batman out of the DCU.
Reeves wanted to keep, and I get that. That makes sense. That's his vision, his shit. You don't want Gunn stepping all over it. Not like he would, but that's your thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought that the story that was being put together in Matt Reeves' universe was leading to that Arkham Asylum, because they teased Riddler going to Arkham and meeting who's presumed to be the Joker, and all that, and they were stating that this was initially supposed to be a part of that universe. Now this is going to be something that's just completely different, and seems like Matt Reeves is now going a different route, possibly. But that show is just not going to be a part of that universe. I mean, and it could just be to lower the confusion, lessen the confusion.
I mean, there is
DCU
still the Penguin show,
right?
That too, yeah.
Is that strictly in the Reeves verse?
That is.
Can we
call it
the
Reeves?
It has to be, because it's Colin Farrell still.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
It does say in this article that Matt Reeves is working on an expanded Batverse.
okay.
Interesting.
So there is a Batman, the Batman Part 2. And Scoopers have hinted a Dick Grayson / Robin will appear. Possible Hush or a Clayface for villains.
Yep, we talked about that before.
The Penguin is going to be released before Batman Part 2. James Gunn says he's heard a pitch but not seen a script yet.
Yeah, and that is supposed to lead into the Batman 2. The Penguin series is supposed to lead up until the sequel. So we'll see how that goes.
In the same Batman vein, I saw that James Gunn said that he got a viewing of Joker 2 and gave some notes on it.
Oh.
Not necessarily anything DCU related, but just maybe on the movie itself, which is, I don't know, that's just cool that he's even though that's not his shit, like he's still sort of in it, aware of it, seeing what's up. I thought that was dope. That's how it was.
All right. I have something here. It's not important for us to talk about. Let's see. This is a little bit of a blow. Y'all may or may not know this piece of information, but What We Do in the Shadows is coming up with a 6th season soon. It will be its final season.
Ooh.
I hope it goes out as strong as season 5 was, because I missed the airing of season 5 over the summer. I think I told you guys that I just totally forgot about it. Fell off my radar.
I still haven't caught up.
Rewatched it. I ended up going back and watching it on Hulu, and it was so fucking great, dude. It was really, really funny. I'm really bummed now that this is gonna end. I hope they go out just as hard as this last season was, because it was everything, dude. I love those guys. And like we've talked about how it's not one of those shows where you're like, oh fuck, when's it coming back? Like I need this. But when it does come back, you're like, oh shit, which I sort of dropped the ball on that one over the summer, but summer gets a little crazy, but definitely worth going back and catching up on that season, because
I gotta watch it.
Guillermo, everybody was fucking A+, bro. It was A+ episodes all around.
I gotta watch it. With this news, what I do like is the fact that they know that this is ending on the 6th season. Mm-hmm. So the fact that they know means that they are coming up with some sort of conclusion to this story. I would much rather that they feel like, listen, we only have one more season in us, rather than cutting it off short. Yeah. And being canceled or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, it's better. Always better to go out on your own terms than to
Word.
be told your
Right.
shit's done. That sucks.
Word. So, yeah. So we have that to look forward to.
For sure.
I have nothing else. Do y'all want to talk about, what was it again?
God damn it,
Leave the world
Joaquin.
behind.
Son of a
Leave
bitch.
the world behind. Yes.
Now I don't want to talk about it anymore. No, you've ruined it. Thank you very much.
All right, cool.
For
No, we
ruining
can
it.
bounce.
No, we're fucking talking about it because I know you don't want to. And I know you want to fucking get the fuck out of here. So I'm gonna. No, it was just. I was just gonna say that was my fucking with. You know, it randomly popped up on Netflix, and I remember seeing the little. You know, when you hover over something on Netflix, it gives you the little teaser, a little trailer sometimes, and there was a scene that I saw with this fucking ship coming at the beach, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, yo, what the fuck is like? This has me, and usually I don't give a fuck about
Spoiler
those.
alerts, by the way. I don't have to play the drop, but we will be talking about it. So, spoiler alert for anybody who has not seen it.
Oh, I wasn't gonna spoil it. I was just gonna say that was sort of
No, we're
fucking
gonna talk about we're gonna talk about like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't 100% know what the fuck was going on with everything, but I saw that little tidbit. I watched the movie over the weekend, and, you know, just from the get-go, you know, it had this sort of eerie feeling. The music was eerie, and, you know, you just didn't know what the fuck was going on, where it was going. You felt like something, it was building. You could feel the building happening,
sure.
and, you know, you're unsure of everyone's motives, and it was almost like a whodunit, even though it wasn't a mystery. It had sort of those kind of vibes.
You know what I thought it was initially? I thought it was going to be some sort of version of M. Night Shyamalan's movie and Knock at the
It had those vibes at the beginning, that sort of that build up, that like something.
And the trailer made me feel like, is this going to be like another like a knockoff of that?
It wasn't that out there. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't that.
No, it wasn't. Which I liked that movie a lot, by the way. Knock at the Cabin. I really enjoyed that. So this is not any hate on that, but I was glad it wasn't that because it had those vibes. This seemed more grounded, obviously, than, you know, if you're familiar with the plot of Knock at the Cabin. You know, a lot of people were, you know, not satisfied with the ending. But, you know, there's way more movies out there that have way less.
There are plenty of people who are not satisfied with this ending either.
Gratifying endings. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there were a lot of people that was like one of their gripes was they weren't satisfied with the ending. But I thought it was perfect. I thought the way that it ended was exactly what it needed without babying the audience and being like, here's your conclusion. Is everyone happy?
I really enjoyed. I did enjoy it. There were a lot of questions. Mainly, my main question in the beginning, I was trying to justify certain things like the animals and stuff. Like why are the animals just like randomly stopping at their home and like looking at them and I was thinking like it had to be, and that's why the Mahershala Ali and his daughter, like that's why they came back to the house, because there has to be something about this house that is having them gravitate, come back to this, and having the animals gravitate to it. You know, flamingos that popped up in their pool, and the deer that just randomly would just show up in drove, like in packs. Just randomly. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like what is the justification here, and there was none, and that was like the thing, is there was no justification for that, other than them wanting to create some sort of intensity from time to time and some sort of mystery to it, when they went to the fucking little shed that they found. Like, why the fuck did the animals surround the shed to attack them? What was the purpose of that? Like, what the fuck did the animals have to do with this whole thing? And then in the end, it was like, it was nothing. It's modern warfare, like it's the end of the United States by whether it's one country,
cyber attacks by
right, but it's not clear.
multiple.
It's like it could be one country, it could be a number of countries that have come together to take down the
Yeah,
the
they
United
Laid out the
States and
steps
whatnot.
for a coup d'etat.
Word. So like there was that that fucking weird ass little fucking girl, you know, and her insight, which was great. I love that she said that, and you know, and the fact that she stated multiple times, no one ever listens to me. And the night before she walks off, she gives this whole spiel about how I forgot exactly what she said, but essentially it was about like, oh, is God, you know, sends this thing, you know, 1, 2, and they turned it away because, you know, gave this whole speech on that.
Oh yeah, the joke about not seeing God's signs when he's reaching out.
And then it's saying like, you really just let me, you know, you really didn't come through for me. Is like I fucking sent you 3 things, and then she literally says, I'm done waiting.
Yeah,
you know, and no one even paid any mind to her, and she just.
But it also like didn't mean anything.
No, it didn't mean anything.
Nothing
but
of
also,
that, what you just described, and her walking off added anything to the story. Other than the eeriness of what's going on. But like,
what do you mean? Like it didn't add anything to the story that she's saying, like for some reason she's having some
like
sort
that,
of foresight
that story
that she's having some, she took that and had some sort of foresight. Like, I don't want to stay here. She told the dude, like, when they saw the house, we should go there. And the kid was like, no, fuck that. Like, no, let's go back. So her just having that foresight and saying, well, I'm no longer going to sit here anymore, and no one's listening to her anymore.
So we're
she
assuming
takes
that
off.
everyone followed her and they survived in this bunker.
They were not far from that house,
They're
if
not.
you recall. Julia
it was just
Roberts
one of the
saw the
neighbors'
house,
houses.
and she was like, she's, you know,
And that was the
she's
house
there.
that they pointed, that Kevin Bacon pointed them to as well.
So it was it was
So
clear
that's
to
the
me at least that
assumption?
that's where they were all heading. Eventually, they would have went there and lived out however long.
But
You know.
they could have ended up there regardless because Kevin Bacon pointed them there.
Sure.
But she
all
wasn't
I'm
waiting.
saying is,
She
like,
wasn't waiting. There was a sign.
she
Kevin
wasn't
Bacon
waiting
was
story
waiting.
about the 3 signs, like
They would have been there earlier. Maybe the son wouldn't have lost his fucking teeth.
Ooh, that was brutal, by the way.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
I thought that was a dream. I thought it was a dream. but
I've
they were
had
gonna-
dreams like that, bro, where I'm
Yeah,
spitting
that's why I
teeth
thought it
into
was a fucking
sink.
dream.
yeah, I've thought about. I've never had those dreams, but I've heard other people talk about them, and that was kind of what I guess like the teeth falling out. It's always associated with dreams. I don't know. I had so many fucking questions on like either some of it was just logic stuff, like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Other stuff on like, what would you do in that situation? And other stuff is like, what is actually, I don't know what's going on. Like, you know, definitely, you know, the deer thing didn't make any sense. Or
So the
I mean,
deer-
they kind of talked about the patterns shifting or whatever, but they didn't really explain what's causing those patterns to shift. They like the power outages.
I felt like the deer. You remember there were flamingos in New York. in the
Flamingos
pool?
came all the way up from Florida.
So you know how like before like an earthquake or something, they say dogs. They know something's coming. They know something's about to go down. Nature knew that shit was changing. Shit was shifting,
But
and they
what
were
shit
rated. They
was
were
Yeah,
waiting.
specifically in that house, though.
There were satellites going down. I mean, maybe it was like
I understand, but like
waves.
nature, like you said, right? And those animals, they know when shit is changing naturally, and so they move ahead of that. But none of what we saw apparently in
Was
this
natural.
movie was a
In the
natural
explanation,
disaster. It was
no.
all misinformation campaigns.
Yeah. No, like I said,
and
they
controlling, readjusting. The other thing too, like they talk about power outages, but they had no power outage issues the entire time. They're charging phones, they're driving cars up and down. There no problems with power. All the bunker is self-sufficient apparently because she turned it on and everything fucking works,
right?
Including the DVD player from 1999. So the flamingos and the deer thing and the birds, actually the birds were only circling around the dead bodies, but the flamingos and the deer, 100 deer sitting at their house. It doesn't. I'm not getting an answer for why there was so many hundreds of deer.
That's the only thing that really threw me off because I was thinking of everything else, and the deer thing was odd. The things that probably Johnny was scoffing at because that's just why would that happen? Were the things that I just I just left to movie action like the chances of Mahershala Ali walking up on that beach where a plane had already crashed
and not noticing 100 bodies.
Right.
Yes, not noticing 100 bodies right away, right, and then noticing the 100 bodies right after he goes to grab the watch, grabs an arm, notices it's a pilot, and then all of a sudden notices the 100 bodies there, right?
That was weird.
So like even that was weird, but the fact that a second plane is just so happens to be crashing in his direction,
and no one heard it.
I'm just saying, even if it was just crashing out of the sky, for it to land in the same spot is just like.
I attributed that to movie shit, right?
Yeah, okay,
plot point, movie shit, no problem.
Can you guys help me out?
The fact that no one in the house right next door heard this plane crash?
If there was anybody there.
What do you know? His daughter and the other chick.
Oh, that was
Julia
right outside
Roberts,
of their crib.
They were right there. Yeah. They should have heard the plane crash.
Just down the street.
Was that right outside of their crib?
It was down the street.
If I heard a plane crash,
he said it was maybe 2 miles.
10 blocks from here.
I mean, 2 miles.
He said it was the next door neighbor, maybe 2 miles. You think you're not going to hear a fucking plane crash 2 miles down the road?
I don't know. I'm kind of.
You'll hear something.
Guaranteed you're going to hear the plane crash.
Real quick, guys. What was the Spanish lady screaming and carrying on about when she went up to Ethan Hawke's car when he was out? Could you guys?
She was just saying that she got left behind. She doesn't know. She's looking for someone.
So there was nothing of substance in any of that?
No, she was just stranded there. She's scared and, shit like that.
Again, what was her, other than being a plot point to drive more fear and more questions,
more confusion, more questions.
She served no purpose to driving the overall storyline.
She was very animated, so I thought maybe there would be some sort of
fear.
Clue in there.
And then we had the North by Northwest situation of him in the car being chased down by this fucking airplane dropping this red stuff from the sky, and then it turns out to just be pamphlets, and they're just like, I don't know, they're just dropping these.
I mean, I saw that they were pamphlets when it got closer. I was like, oh, that looks like paper.
But they're just like, I
don't know why he was running away from it like so crazy.
Die or something.
At first I would get it, but once it gets closer, you're like, oh, that's paper. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Why am I running? This is just paper. I'm not gonna get hurt.
The other thing that I guess you could either say, oh, this is movie stuff, don't think too hard about it. But I thought it was weird that when the noise would play. First off, one, never explained what that noise is.
Nope.
Maybe, I think it could possibly be like, she kept on saying like when Transformers explode, they make a really high pitched squeal.
No, what's his name was saying, Kevin Bacon was saying that when he was explaining what was going on.
Yeah, he said that it could have been part of the microwave shit. But to me, everything Kevin Bacon said was just conspiracy theories.
Sure.
Everything he said, I was like,
stuff.
none of this. This could all be true, or none of it could be true because they're conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what the movie's building itself off of. But regardless, they don't fully explain what the noise is. And then the weird thing that I thought about it was the noise would shriek so loud that it would cause the glass of the light bulb fixtures inside of the house to break.
Windows.
Some of the windows cracked. None of the windows in the shed were cracked or shattered.
Sure.
Strange.
Cinema sin. That's a sin.
Yeah.
That's a sin.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of plot
Also,
holes.
cinema sin, hairy armpits.
Ooh.
Not
Is that a
acceptable at
sin?
any
I
point
mean,
in time.
Okay. It's the end of the world.
Seems Dave
It
said that he was fucking
those
with it.
armpits
I'm still
were,
smashing.
I mean, those armpits were
deterring me.
very
It wasn't
bushy
hairy
before
enough.
the end of the
Nah,
world.
it was just a little patch. That was just a little bit. It wasn't.
That's
like,
that's a 4-week patch minimum.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, that is not that is a choice. That wasn't
Yeah,
like
that's definitely a choice.
sign of the times, right? Like she
Hadn't
was
been
there for
going on
24
that long,
hours.
yeah. She
and
showed
they
up
came
with them
from-
hairy ass
That's
bits.
what I was going to say. I was pretty sure that's the same
They
day.
came from the symphony.
For
She
sure.
didn't. Yeah, they came from a symphony. Yeah, that was a choice.
Just a little hair.
So
I got
yeah,
hairy
there
armpits,
are a lot of plot holes and cinema sins in there. I don't know. It could go either way. It could just be a one standalone movie that we never fucking think about again. But if they,
I could see them franchising it.
I can see them franchising.
I'd be
it
all
too.
about a sequel, bro. If they dropped a sequel, I'd be like, "Yo, what's up?"
Drop
could
a
see them
sequel
doing
just to
a
kind of
whole,
see what
like-
happens next.
I could see them doing a whole perspective
They'll do a
of someone
separate
in the
family.
city.
Yeah.
They'll do a separate family. Separate family.
Separate
They'll
family,
bird box
maybe in
it.
a
Like, I would
city
say
or
bird
in another
box,
part of
yep.
the country.
Yep. They'll bird box
Different
it.
country.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not going to be a different country because it seemed like it was the fall of the U.S. So it would probably just be another state,
Yeah.
or, someone else's experience with this.
That's what I expect, yeah. And Bird Box was exactly what I was thinking of as well when I thought about that. I was like, if they do it,
Yeah.
they'll probably Bird Box it and do
Or
it.
maybe that Civil War
family's
trailer we
perspective.
saw is
Yeah.
is-
That's also, this is the prequel to the Civil War.
right. This is a
There you
sequel to
go,
that.
Yeah, could very well, yeah.
Fucking with
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I will pose the question to you guys as well. Well, 2 questions, and then we could wrap it up if you guys are good with it. But you in that situation, you're renting an Airbnb, Mahershala Ali, not him, not a person that you recognize, but
Sure.
someone like Mahershala Ali shows up, claims what he claims. Are you letting them in the house?
I would need
some sort of proof.
Some
I want
sort-
to see.
yeah, some
go
sort
get
of
your
proof.
go get your license. I know he
At
didn't have
minimum,
it on
right?
him.
The fact that they didn't even
Something.
ask him for ID until the next day, I thought was weird.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would
I
be
mean,
in between
I would-
Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts' reaction. I'd be somewhere in the middle. 'Cause she was like, "Fuck him," and Ethan Hawke was like, "Come on in."
Yeah.
I'd be a little more weary. Like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna need some proof. I'm gonna need something."
I'm sorry, but you just throwing a name
Right.
is not enough. Granted, he showed up in an expensive car, and he's in a tux and all that shit.
And
but
he had the
it's still
keys to
just
that cabinet there. That also was like, odd. Maybe he robbed the guy. Maybe
that
he
was the
killed the
thing that-
guy.
yeah.
Like, there's numerous reasons he could have that. But the fact that he did have that,
It's really just like
I was like,
my
okay, I'm
family.
more apt to believe.
But it also caught me. I think we might have lost Dave.
Yeah.
It caught me when that key popped. When the key thing was happening, I was like, "Oh, okay, no, yeah, that he's legit." But
Checking
then,
mad
like
keys, though.
a couple minutes later, I started thinking, "Wait a minute!" When he started talking about his client, I was like, "Maybe."
The client was the owner of the
The
house. or
client
some
was
shit.
the owner of the house and gave him the keys.
That
That's
statement
exactly what
threw
I
me
started
off.
thinking.
That client statement that he made, that's what
Yeah.
was like, because I totally took it in a different way. Like a client sent him there on like a mission of some sort to like get them to chill. Like I totally like misread it, and then I don't know. I had this weird idea of what was happening, and then it totally flipped on me once I realized.
Yeah, I think, that was the purpose of it.
It's
right?
supposed to keep you on your toes.
Yeah,
keep you on your toes, and and win you over the same way that won them over. And I also noticed I didn't look into the producers or anything like that, but from what I hear,
Barack and Michelle Obama were the producers of this movie.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and I did hear. But it was mad random that you would hear like hip hop songs from here and there. I was just like, oh, this is like an odd choice in music, or something that pointed towards.
Ismail he's a pretty young hip cat.
yeah,
Sure. But that was one thing I noticed before even looking any of that up. I was just like, oh, the music is definitely like very hip hop.
Yeah,
and
I caught that too. Yeah, the opening music was
loud,
hard hip hop song.
Yeah, and Julia Roberts, she needs some dancing lessons. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think when she was dancing, I looked at my wife and I was like, is she like purposefully doing an Elaine impression? I can't tell.
Yeah, she was giving me fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme and kickboxer vibes.
Yeah, and that's a good one too. Yeah, very very similar. It made me think. I was like, wait a minute, maybe they're dancing to nothing. Like, because even Mahershala was just doing a very basic two-step.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't think anything is playing when they were filming this, which is why. But then Mahershala's moves were on beat. Even though it was a basic two-step, they were on beat with the song. So I was like, I don't know. I can't tell. Anyways, the second question
rhythm, but yeah,
is roles reversed. You are now Mahershala. They leave, get stuck behind the Teslas, come back. Are you letting them in the house?
Yeah, I'm letting them back.
Yeah, I'm letting them back at that point.
Yeah, at that point, that point,
there's nothing to gain by letting them back in.
I'm just a nice dude, and they didn't fuck me. They didn't do anything bad.
Yeah,
like, I let them stay, and they were cool.
Yeah, but you already know that the world is ending.
He was already like telling them, I don't think it's a good idea that you are leaving. I don't think you should go. So he was already worried for them to leave. You know what I mean? So it wasn't. I mean, that was pretty evident, right? Like with a lot that was going on. Ethan Hawke was even more of a bitch. Yeah. In this whole thing. At least Mahershala was ready to throw down with fucking Kevin Bacon.
True that.
It's just like, we about to die right here then, motherfucker. Like, so.
Did anyone else think it was weird that he had $1,000 cash in an envelope in that drawer just on deck?
I mean, he was wealthy. He had a wealthy house, wealthy car. I mean, it's
guess,
it's not something I would have, but I don't know how rich people do. Maybe they carry a spare $1,000 in an envelope. I don't know.
You know what though, and that is a good point. More so than the fact that he opened that drawer, it would have been, it would have solidified it for me that he knew that money was there, and he just handed it to me and said, here's $1,000 for that, because he knew that $1,000 were there.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. So like for identity purposes, that helped you.
Yeah, for identity purposes, yes.
No, I get that. I would have been like,
is it weird to have $1,000? Sure. But
why do you have exactly $1,000 in cash in an envelope?
Could have been anything.
Already ready to hand over to me.
Could have been anything. Somebody probably could have paid him that, and he just threw it in the drawer.
Client.
He's not worried. He's not worried about bread. If somebody paid him money that they owed him, and he just threw it in the drawer, like fuck it, whatever.
Who's paying you in $1,000 in cash?
I don't get it like that. I wouldn't know, son.
I don't know what that man's into, but obviously with that nice of a house, and that's his second home. You know what I mean?
Military defense clients. Who knows what he's
like?
I guess I think, and I don't have anywhere near that kind of money that homie was having. just felt like a weird amount of cash to have on hand. Like
It was odd.
I know people that carry cash on them that have good money, but it's usually not that much money.
A G, exactly.
And I don't fuck with cash at all. So like,
yeah,
you're lucky
same.
if you catch me with $100 in cash.
I don't have $5 on me, dog. You
That's-
catch me?
yeah.
I don't have shit.
That's typically less than $5 or less might be the amount of cash I have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is definitely one of the first things early on. I was like, wait a minute, I don't trust him. Why does he have $1,000 in cash already on deck?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't counted the change in my mid console, so no, it's not $1,000. Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't think too much of it, other than that right there. Like, the fact that he knew that the money was there, more so than him opening that with the key. Like, because the key he could have stolen.
And there was the
And he
pistol right
struggled
next to
with
it.
the
I
keys.
immediately
And he
thought drugs. He's into drugs.
Possibly.
Pistol and cash.
Could be.
So
But he was very articulate.
He
and
was.
He was very.
that don't mean shit. There's a
Didn't
lot of
seem like
articulate
Frank
drug
Lucas.
There
dealers.
are, but yeah, I mean there are, but it is. I don't know. I didn't think it was that odd, but yes, yeah, I guess it is.
Anyways, it was early on enough in the movie that I was suspicious of everything. So
Yeah, for sure.
I was over analyzing.
Absolutely.
That's where
We
I
all
got
were.
to there. Anyways,
This made me
good
really-
flick. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Fun
I
time.
enjoyed it. This makes me actually want to watch that Civil War movie because that trailer looked fire.
Trailer
Yeah.
looked sick.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so A24
Scary,
behind
but
that one
sick.
too.
Scary, but
Yeah, I mean, it's only that scary because it doesn't feel like it's
plausible.
too far off. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's too far off. And I have no idea what. Anyway, I don't even want to think about it. Yeah, guys, do you have anything else to add to this stellar conversation?
Nah,
Nah.
just about to go
Alright.
watch some Reacher.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you made it this far, that means you fuck with us, so we fuck with you. Remember to go to insensitivemerch.com and cop yourself some gear and support us. If you would like to listen to the raw episodes of the podcast, as well as some other small perks, please sign up for the subscription. We have $1 subscriptions and $3 a month subscriptions. Yeah, we plan to, just increase the value of those as we go along. Again, remember, just a reminder that this is the last episode of the year. So we will see you in 2024, the first week of 2024.
You will
And,
probably not see me.
We will probably not see Johnny because Johnny is probably going to go on a break to welcome his child. Yeah. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for listening to us. We love you. Peace.